Hai, halo semuanya. Selamat sore. Good afternoon, everyone. We meet again at 100% Film Chat, Instagram Live with me, Menina Putri Bismurti, the film program director of 100% Manusia Film Festival. And today we are going to talk with the director of Rice Boy Sleeps. It was our choice for the closing film for the festival that was ended last Sunday. And we're going to talk with Anthony Sim. And if you have any questions to him, just directly put at the comment below and we can ask him right away. So I'm going to invite him. Alright, so buat teman-teman yang bergabung, kita akan ngobrol bareng dengan sutradara dari film Rice Boy Sleep, Anthony Sim. Hi, Anthony.
Hi, how's it
Can
going?
you hear me well?
I can, yeah.
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I was just listening to you and I heard that the screening was last on the weekend?
We closed the festival on Sunday, 8th of
Yeah.
October,
Okay.
and we closed it with your film, and it was screened in two times in Jakarta and then one time also in other city in Yogyakarta.
Okay, amazing. And how did it go?
It went very, very well. People were crying.
That's good, I guess.
Yes. It was really good, and we had a lot of good feedback also with the films. And then the second screening, we had also a discussion on the issue with a related expert too here. So people
Hmm.
were asking about that and about how the problem that exists during that time that portrayed in the film, and then also how bullying as part of the growing up, like the characters that you portrayed in the movie.
Yeah. Okay, good, good.
Yes. And how was Busan? You were very busy with all the workshop, I guess. No, were you one of the speaker?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been kind of bouncing around the last month. I was in Toronto for the festival there. Um,
Ah,
I was a jury member this year, and then I was in Vancouver for the festival there because I was a guest programmer at that festival this year, and then I went straight to Busan. So it's been it's been a lot of bouncing around, and I just got home yesterday, and
oh,
so still just settling in. Um, but yeah, no, I'm home now. And it's been fun. It's been a really busy sort of last month. Um, just been meeting a lot of people and just juggling a lot of things. And but yeah, no, it's been a really lovely trip.
great. And but you are now based in Korea or back in
I
Canada?
am. Oh, yeah, I live in Seoul now.
Ah,
And
okay.
so yeah, I have a place in Vancouver still. But I've been here more than I've been there. Um, Just yeah, my next film is set in Korea, so I've been doing research and writing here. Just made
Wow.
more sense too. Yeah,
Okay. So now talking about the Rice Boy Sleep, I've noticed and read also that the film has been taken place also in your hometown, and you work also during the pandemic.
I did. Yes, um, I started writing, and right when I started writing, the
Yeah.
pandemic started, and at that time, I mean, nobody knew how long it would last.
Mm,
I mean, the film industry, you know, worldwide just shut down. So,
yeah.
you know, none of us knew if and when we'd ever be able to make this. But like so many other people, I was at home, you know, not being able to go
Mm,
out anywhere or do anything. So, you know, I just wrote the script and I worked on it and hoped that one day I would be able to make it. And we were so lucky that uh, right when we started shooting, people had been able to get vaccinated. Um, the 2 week mandatory quarantine in
Oh.
Korea was lifted, and so there were a lot of really good a lot of good fortune coming our way
Mhm.
that allowed us to be able to shoot during that time. And it was tough. It was really, I mean, people ask me what was the hardest part of making Rest Boy Sleep, and I go, the hardest part was the stress of uh, COVID. And if I or one of our leads
Mm.
got sick,
Yeah.
we would have had to shut our production down, and we just didn't have the money or the time to be able to shut down for 2 weeks. Um, we were because we were shooting right up until the end of summer, like the end of summer
Mhm.
holidays, and we were shooting in schools and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, we just really really good luck that nobody tested positive, um,
Oh, thank
and
God.
yeah, we got through that one without any major issues.
Yeah. What I mean, here also the same thing happened, I guess, like around the globe with the film production during the COVID era, and where it's very limited. You have to take tests every day, and the crew is like limit until
Hmm.
like only a very small one. And I did not realize that until I saw your films, which is like it's very still and also quiet. But I thought that was like the kind of mood that you would like to portray it in the film itself. And but then the scene with the kids, the playground scenes, how did you manage to do that with?
Well, I learned the hard way that with
Oh,
children, it's best to not try and direct them too much. And that sequence, we were actually supposed to do it as this one, consistent with the rest of the movie, have it be sort of a one continuous take and not many
okay.
cuts.
Yeah.
Um, but when we had all those kids show up, they saw the playground and all the kids just went wild and were so excited, and they were playing, and we were trying to control them and wrangle them, but they were just, they were 40 kids in a playground, and
Yes.
they reacted exactly as kids would.
Yep.
And so we only had half the day to shoot that sequence, and we
Mm.
spent half that time trying to just get the kids organized and get them to rehearse and block, and we shot nothing. Um, and in Canada, we have our child labor laws make
Oh.
us force us to break the kids for 15 minutes every 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we were just not able to get anything going, and I was nervous that we weren't going to be able to shoot we weren't going to get anything on film that day,
Yeah.
and we had planned to actually shoot the whole sequence where Donghyun hits the kids, and
Yeah.
that whole stunt sequence happens, and we had rehearsed them prior, and we had a stunt coordinator. We did all these things, and my DP and I just went, we have to re-strategize and figure out how to shoot this, how to shoot something. And
Yeah.
so I said, when they come out this next time and they start playing and running around, let's just let them play, and we'll just shoot as much footage as you can of the kids actually
Hmm.
playing, and I'll just worry about the one the one actor, our lead boy, and I just
Yeah.
made
The
sure
the
that
little dog hand.
yeah, and I just made sure that we got him to do key things, um,
Yeah.
and we made sure we got the key line, and
Mm.
a shot of him doing this and that, but we just let the kids be kids, and try to keep it as natural as possible, and we shot a bunch of stuff, um, and then that editing was a real challenge. We had to just just we salvaged every little bit of footage we could to cut that sequence together. We had to cheat a couple things, and
Hmm.
um, but yeah, just it's a miracle that that scene came together because it was not working in post, like during the editing process, because we didn't have enough footage, and um, and it wasn't what we had planned to shoot. But luckily, as a result, the performances feel really natural and real,
Mm.
um,
Mm.
because it's tough to get kids to act natural.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, so lesson learned for the next time I work with kids,
So
which
I guess it's
hopefully is
true.
never again.
So I guess it's true that the hardest part of making a movie is actually working with kids or with animals.
Both. I did both.
Oh
I
my
had a scene where
God.
there's a dog. Um, my best friend brought his dog along, and and that didn't work, and that got cut out. Our turtle in the movie was was a disaster. Um, Trying to get it to do specific things. Turtles don't listen to direction very well. Uh,
I can imagine.
so yeah, no more turtles and no more animals and no more children, I think, for me. At
Okay.
least for the next one. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
So that can save some quota of patience of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how did you find the kid who played the little Dong Hun?
Oh, Noel, he is such such a gem of a child, of a person.
Yes.
Um, we we really that movie really could have fallen apart if he wasn't so great. Uh,
Mm, true.
and anyone who's worked with children on films will say the same thing. When you hire a child, you're also hiring their parents, and
Oh, okay.
they make a really big can make a really big difference in your experience working with them.
Mm-hmm.
And um, Noel's father, parents, both his parents are were just the most amazing, lovely people, and they were really helpful. And he came really well prepared. Um, he just had such great natural instincts, and he was such a pro. He just he knew when he was serious. He knew when he had to focus. And there were days that were long, and there were days where I asked a lot of him,
Yeah.
but he never once complained. He was always so professional and wonderful to work with. And it was really just about, just like making sure he got enough sleep the night before, and got enough food and had enough energy, and just kind of like managing his energy and mood levels like
Yeah.
you would, with any other kid.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, he was just a pro, and it wasn't too hard. Um, and I found, once again, with kids, it's best to just not over direct them, but just allow them to just be, and allow them
Mm.
to just go work from their instincts.
Did you find him through a casting or like from agency or?
No, no, well, we did the conventional sort of um, a casting director and auditions
Ah,
route.
okay.
We didn't find anyone. There weren't that many actors to even see.
Mm-hmm.
Really aren't that many young Korean actors. And so I got desperate. So I put out an ad in the Korean newspaper in Canada. And for both the little one and the teenage boy, I put out this ad that just said, looking for boys of this age.
Oh.
It's a movie
Uh-huh.
about Korean immigrants, no acting experience necessary.
Mm-hmm.
If you're interested, please contact us, kind of thing. And yeah, Noel's dad sent us a tape of him, and I just thought, oh my God, this boy is perfect. Um, and we just got lucky. And he just happened to live really close to where we were filming too. Um,
Ah,
yeah, and so it worked out.
everything just fall into its places.
Yeah, really did.
That's good. And and also I was surprised also that you were actually playing as the love interest.
Yes. that wasn't originally the plan.
Oh.
No, I had originally written the character as a South Asian man,
Ah.
and um, yeah, it was sort of like in the later drafts that just before the shooting draft, I decided to change the character to a Korean person, and it just made more sense to the script, the story, um, and yeah, and then when it came to casting, we had cast everybody else, and
Mm.
once again, there just aren't a lot of Korean actors in Vancouver. So my casting director said, because I was I used to be an actor. My casting
Ah,
director
okay.
said, this is perfect for you. Like if you weren't directing this movie, we would have called you to come play this part. So, um,
Oh,
they
so it's
encouraged.
actually made for you, the character.
Yeah, and I didn't want to act in my own movie, but I knew the character really well. I understood him, and it didn't feel like it didn't feel so outside of myself. Like I could be a director and play that role at the same time without having to,
Mm.
have it be too challenging for myself and the other actors.
Yes. Were there any interest or exciting experience that you've seen abroad when your film has been screened in international film festival, which were many actually?
You Interesting things
Yeah, like maybe like the
that happened.
response or the feedback of the audiences.
Um, I mean, I guess the most interesting thing is seeing audiences in certain countries respond so passionately and positively that I never expected. Um, the film received very passionate um, feedback from a reaction from audiences in Morocco. And I thought I never imagined that the film would, you know, be appreciated in a place as far and distant and um, different as a
Yeah.
country like Morocco. But the audiences there just really, really were so passionate about it, and were so emotional about the film as well. Um, and I learned, and I kept asking audiences, I just kept talking to people, asking people, like, what is it? It's just, it's completely different. It's different languages and culture and, history.
Yeah.
Um, but I learned that there's a big immigrant community. There's an immigrant population in Morocco as well, and they're when it comes to family, they have a lot of similar customs as Korean people, and so that was very cool and touching, and same with like the film that was really popular at Glasgow, and we won the audience prize there, and
Wow.
I would have never thought Glasgow, Scotland would be a place that,
Glasgow. Wow.
yeah, would really like a movie
Congrats.
about a Korean family in Canada, but um, you just never know. You never know with these things, and so it's been a really interesting and fun, rewarding experience, sharing the film with just people of different backgrounds and nationalities.
Yeah, that's true. In our festival in 100% Manusia, each of the film screening are accompanied with a discussion or a little chat with a related expert. So, on the second screening of your film, there were this lady who felt like she cried because her sister was cast away as well because of having unwanted marriage and then unwanted children. So they were cast away and pretty much going through whatever your character has been going through. So she was like telling the story like in tears, and it was just like I think like she's finally channeling out her sadness. in some ways through your film.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's amazing. And if a film can do that, then I mean, then job job complete. Uh, the hope is that you make something that will resonate with audiences and allow them to have an emotional experience. So, you that's great to hear.
And you said that in the next project there will be no children and no animals. May we know what is your next film gonna be?
Yeah, I don't believe there will be any children or animals. There isn't as of yet. I'm adapting a novel
Okay.
that's based on the Asian financial crisis
Oh,
back in 97, 98. The story is about a Korean American Wall Street banker who
ah,
returns to Korea as a part of a team of bankers who are helping to rescue the Korean economy during the Asian financial crisis,
okay.
also referred to as IMF crisis. Um,
Uh-huh.
I believe that, yeah, Indonesia was one of the countries that were affected during that time as well,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
hmm so yeah, that's what I'm currently writing that right now, um, and hopefully we'll get it made soon, and
Mm.
I'll be sharing another movie with folks.
And that will be shot partially in which country then?
It'll be mostly in Korea, and
Mm.
yeah, most of the movie, I would say probably 90% of the movie will take place in Korea, and then some of the other stuff we'll have to figure out like where we'll shoot the rest of it, but um, yeah, mostly here.
Ah, okay. Oh, there was also like a question from the audience, like how many percentage that the movie resembles your personal story with the Rice Boy Sleeps?
Sorry, say again.
Uh, with the Rice Boy Sleeps, like how much your personal stories has been also implemented in the film?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to say, exactly how much or what was and what isn't. I mean, in
Mm-hmm.
a way, everything is inspired or based on my experiences, but some of the details, a lot of the details have changed. Um, like I have a sister. There's no sister in the movie.
Yeah.
I did lose my father, but I didn't, my father didn't pass away the same way as, he did in the
Mm-hmm.
movie. Um, my mother's alive and well. Um, but a lot of the stuff at the begin, a lot of the stuff as a kid, that's all like, like stuff with the name and the bullying, the fights, those
The
were real. The scenes
cooking
with the
scene.
teachers, yeah, those were real. Like they're very close to how it really happened in real life. Uh, I did return back to Korea and went, where we shot
Mm-hmm.
is where I actually went to because that's where my grandfather was born, that town, that village.
Ah, okay. When they get back to, yeah,
Yeah.
to Korea.
So that village, it's still in our family, Everybody who lives there to this day are distant relatives of mine. Um, that mountain that the hike up, that's that belongs to the family. Um,
Okay.
so it's yeah, like all of that is very personal and real. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, though, it is a work of fiction. Um, Everything I write, I tend it always comes from a personal place, a real place.
Mm.
This one is probably the most personal, just because it is so specifically about, um, you know, it's obviously similar because it is about a Korean boy growing up in
Yeah.
Vancouver during the 90s, and I think so. As a result, I think people will associate it more as a direct representation of my life, but everything everything I write is
Hmm.
Maybe not as much, but still very much from me, based on my experiences.
Yeah, and also like it's very rare also to watch a film from Canada that also brought that kind of topic. But I see nowadays it's getting more and more about the issue of the racism coming. We also screened a couple years ago with The Beans, and then now your films too.
Oh, you screened Beans.
Yes,
Yeah, I know the film. Yeah, great. Great.
also. Yeah, and did you said that the last the shot where they go back to Korea was done in your own in your grandparents' village. Did the villagers ever watch the film? I was just wondering the reaction.
I'm not sure.
Ah, okay.
A lot of them are uh, elderly.
Ah,
So
okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if too many of them are big theater goers. I think some of them did, because we let
Ah,
them know
okay.
that the film
Right.
was playing in the theaters. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think some did, but I don't know if too many of them actually went to the movies.
Okay. So yes, thank you so much, Anthony. I think yeah, I'm sorry to take up your dinner time probably right now.
Yeah, it's time for dinner now.
Yes, thank you so much for spending your time with us. I know that you're pretty tired after all the activity in Busan. So, and I'm so happy that you can spend a little bit of time with us here in Jakarta to talk about your film, The Rice Boy Sleep.
Of course, thank you for having the film there. And I'd love to come visit Jakarta one day.
Yes, if I had known that you were in Korea, I would probably also invite you, but then it would be so too super close to with Busan. It's overlapping actually with Busan. So hopefully in the next film we could invite you.
I hope so. Yeah, I was with my friend in Busan who's from a filmmaker friend from Indonesia, from Jakarta. And I was telling him about this festival. And I'd love to visit Jakarta sometime.
Yeah, a lot of my friends and colleagues were also in Busan. They were like asking me, "Why don't you go?" It's like, "Yeah, but I have my festival because
Oh
Indonesia has
yeah,
become the guest
they were,
in Busan Film Festival, right?" So
yeah, there were like 100 people from Indonesia. Um,
yeah, we are the honorary country for Busan this year.
yeah, that's right. And yeah, because I have some friends from Indonesia, and they were all there. Um, and I was supposed to go to the Indonesia party, but I fell asleep.
Yeah, it was very late, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, thank you so much for your time and good luck with your next project. Can't wait to see them.
Thank you. All the best.
All the best to you. Have a good rest.
You too.
Thank you so
Bye
much,
bye.
Anthony. Bye bye. Okay, everyone, that was our chat with Anthony Sim. Um, the filmmaker from Rice Boy Sleep is a Canadian film that tells a story about how Korean families survive within all the integration, all the racism issues, and then also the life stories. A little bit of neck and neck of the life stories of the director himself. Kalau tadi belum sempat dengar dan baru bergabung sekarang di 100% Film Chat Instagram Live. You can, if you don't have time, if you're joining us late, we just finished with the session. You can watch it again later on in our Instagram, 100% Manusia. That was a chat with Anthony Sim, the filmmaker from Rice Boy Sleeps, which was selected as our closing film during the closing night at 8 October last Sunday. So we will also still have another 100% film chat with an actress from the movie that was screened last Saturday, The Line. So keep stay tuned here. Just keep updated with our news at 100% Manusia. I'm Menina Putri, the film program director of 100% Manusia Film Festival signing off. Have a good rest and enjoy your evening. Ciao.